Get 2 free workouts by clicking the link in the top right hand corner of this video and jumpstart your workout regimen today. What's up guys, Tony Watson from ProTrainBB.com, and today I got 5 good habits that every basketball player should have. Alright guys, so today's video is a little different from what we usually do, and we're going to call this series Pro Talks. And if you guys like these Pro Talks, we're going to continue to do them. So in the comments, make sure you let us know what you think about these types of videos, and let us know if you have any other questions that we could possibly answer on our Pro Talks. Before we get into it, make sure you follow us on Instagram, where we give you daily videos and drills that I think you guys will like. Now let's hop into the first good habit. Habit number 1, get in a routine. So having a good routine is great for your physical and mental strength, because your body's in a rhythm, it's on a schedule, and it can get used to your daily activities. And I'm talking about all facets of your life, from when you wake up, to when you go to bed, to when you eat, to when you do your homework, and even to when you work out. Just being able to have that mapped out will help you become a better basketball player, and it'll make sure that you get everything that you're supposed to get in for the day done. So let's talk about being in a routine for basketball. When you go into the gym, one of the hardest things to do is to stay focused on your workout, especially if you're by yourself. So what I like to do in my workouts is to always start off with form shooting to make sure my form is perfect, everything is in line, and I'm ready to go for the rest of the workout. That's the same thing you can do, and then you can move on to some skill work stuff to get your body going, and then eventually you can lead up to game situations that'll allow you to practice the same things that you're going to do in the game, and you can add that to your routine. And like I said, all facets of your life should be in some kind of schedule, some kind of routine, to when you wake up, to when you go to bed, which leads me into my next habit. Habit number 2, go to bed. Alright guys, so there's so many things in today's world that can keep you distracted, like Instagram, Twitter, or staying up texting your friends, to the point where you forget track of time, and before you know it, it's 2 a.m. and you gotta wake up in a little bit. Alright, so as a basketball player, you have to go to bed. You have to turn everything off. You have to put the phone down, and you got to try to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single day. And that especially goes for my younger guys who are still growing, because your body needs that sleep so that it can recover, grow, and make sure you can reach your full potential height-wise and muscle and things of that nature, so that you become stronger, more physical, more athletic, quicker, all those things, but you have to go to bed. Habit number 3, make healthier choices. So most of you guys watching this are either in middle school or high school, but you're getting to that point where you got to start realizing what kind of things you're consuming. And as a basketball player, you have to be on a good diet. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying go out there and be on one of these very strict and extravagant diets, because 1, you're probably not going to want to stick with it, and number 2, it's going to be very expensive. All I'm saying is make healthier choices wherever you go. For example, if you like to go to a lot of fast food restaurants, McDonald's, Burger King, which I don't suggest, when you go there, instead of getting like a big cheeseburger, Whopper, double cheeseburger, something of that nature, you should substitute that out for a chicken sandwich, or maybe a Caesar salad instead of those fries. Instead of soda, get water. Instead of having ice cream for a snack, or candy or chips for a snack, grab a piece of fruit. All those things will go a long way as you get older, as you progress in your career, as long as you make those healthy choices. Number 4, set goals. So this is a big one for me. I think goals are very important for all players, and it's a great habit to have because it keeps you focused and on track. But there's a couple things I want you to keep in mind as you go about setting your goals. And the first thing is you have to be realistic, guys. All right, setting unrealistic goals only sets yourself up for failure. So let's just take an example. You're a guy who's barely touching the backboard, you're grazing the net. You should not make a goal that says, I'm gonna dunk in a couple months, all right? First of all, that's very vague, and second of all, it's pretty unrealistic. Now, you can work on your leg strength, you can work on your explosiveness, but if you're a guy who's not that athletic right now, only giving yourself, 6 weeks, 7 weeks to make a gain of like a foot or 2 feet in your vertical just isn't realistic. All right, make something more realistic, as you want to improve your free throw percentage, all right, or you want to shoot a better 3-point percentage. Things of that nature that are obtainable by everybody, especially for yourself, are the kind of goals that you should set. Another thing you should do is set training goals and off the court goals. So an example of a training goal is, say you want to be a better shooter, all right? You should set a daily goal of making 200 or 300 shots a day, all right? And for your off the court goals, let's just say that you're a B student and your off the court goal should be raising that to a B+ or an A-. These are all realistic goals that are very obtainable, and once you complete those goals, you can move on to something better, something harder, something more advanced. Another thing you got to do with these goals and make sure that you complete them is 3 things, all right? The first one is write it down. Writing it down makes you see it on paper. It makes you go through the motion of actually writing it, and most of the time once you write something down, the chances of you completing it skyrocket. All right, the second part is you got to put it where you can see it. So one place that's good is maybe on the roof right above your bed. So every day you wake up, you look up at the ceiling, you see your goal, you know what your plan is for the day. And the last part is to tell 3 people. This one's very important because if you tell 3 people your goal and they kind of hold you accountable for that, when you start to stray away or you see that person again, you can remind yourself, or they'll remind you, that you set a goal with them and that you need to complete it. So that kind of puts some more pressure on you, that I can't tell all these people the goal that I want to complete and then I never complete it, because that just makes you look bad. You see what I'm saying? So write it down, put it somewhere where you can see it, and tell 3 people. Habit number 5, sacrifice the now for your future. All right guys, I say the best one for last, and this is my favorite habit to have, especially for the guys who are coming up in their basketball career right now. So as a basketball player, a dedicated basketball player, there's going to be a ton of opportunities for you to hang out with your friends, go to the movies, go do things like bowling or staying up late watching TV shows and playing video games. And those kind of things you're going to have to sacrifice to become the basketball player you want to be. All right, you have to give in to this lifestyle of being a basketball player, a high-level basketball player, and taking time out to do your homework, to go to class, to get extra work in, to get in the weight room, to eat right. You can't do all those things and also expect to be able to hang out with friends or play video games all the time. So don't get me wrong, I'm not saying not to have a life. You do have to have a personal life, but all that comes with time. So there'll be a bunch of times in your life, I can attest to this, where you're gonna have to choose between hanging out and chilling with friends or going to the gym and getting extra work. And if you want to be that high-level player, you're going to have to sacrifice hanging out with your friends to go get that extra work. And you're going to have to choose that extra work almost every single time. Because if you don't and your competition does, you're at a disadvantage. All right, so you have to sacrifice the now for the future. All right guys, if you like this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up below. Leave us a comment on what you think, and if you have any questions that we can answer here on our Pro Talks. And I'll see you guys next Monday for a new video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. I'll see you next week. Perfect your game. Peace.